Hi, and welcome to Poptography. For today, we have a very special What's in the Box. And I mean very special. Something that looks a little fragile, but actually it's a package from none other than Carbonites. So very excited to see what this is, because it's a surprise package. So let's get this bad boy open and see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
We put the mint in mint box, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Nice little touch here. So far every bit of packaging is, in my opinion, kind of like an Apple experience. If you ever bought an Apple product, I always thought they did a very awesome packaging and delivery, and so far just getting to this part of it has been pretty cool. Carbonate Hunters box or set number 12. I'm loving that. That is a really cool presentation there. Nice little message here on the packaging, again, protecting it. But this packaging is just fantastic. I'll hold that up for you guys. Right, the side got his logo. Bang bang. I love this. Vincent's got his own signature kind of stamped on that. And then on the back it tells you about Carbonites and kind of the ecosystem of Carbonites and everything, which I really love. So it's fresh out of the freezing chamber. Each case of Carbonites contains, we're gonna get like 6 Carbonites. Carbonites, we have a unified vision. Keep the completionist in mind. Carbonite and carbon copies of your favorite characters. Really cool. And this is a really cool thing. I think one of the other pieces that I really enjoy about this is, one, hearing Vincent's story to how we got to this Carbonites. I think even in this particular package he sent along, has been upgraded. So I believe he was using a wooden block before, and now he's got 3D printed blocks that he's using. So kind of cool. I bet they're probably lighter as well, which that's going to be kind of nice for stacking and stuff like that. I'm just amazed, just again, in the packaging right off the bat, knowing the story, seeing this right off the bat, the bounty hunters. Very pumped for this. Very pumped for this. And one of the things about this, when you purchase Carbonites, he has a list of a couple places that you can make a donation to. So part of your purchase goes, part of the proceeds will go towards a donation, and you get to choose that. And I thought that was a really kind of cool thing about being in that whole Carbonite ecosystem, as Vincent talks about and describes both on his packaging of his products as well as on his website. So, all right, without further ado, let's open up the Carbonate Hunters from Vincent here of Carbonite. I'm very excited to see these. Let's open this up. So, look at this. Just opening this up. Got the little Carbonite logo. A nice little personal message. Really cool. Thank you, Vincent. A little character boss there at the bottom. Certificate of supporter status as Carbonite tier, and you get to 5. You get to move up to, I think, bronze tier, and up from there as you end up purchasing more of these. This is just really cool. I love just how that opens up. So here in the box you can see the Carbonate Hunters, and they look fantastic. And another thing I really like is this whole idea of mint in the box. It's kind of a play on words, and you usually get like a mint, which is really fun. This is just really fun. So you also get a little mint, which is a lifesaver, and it has his Carbonite expiration date. So he puts an expiration date so it doesn't get all kind of cruddy on you. So you want to eat that before that happens. That's really cool. And I like that play on mints in the box, as well as in here I've got stuffed. I want to slide that out. What is that? We thank you to commemorate your first purchase of Carbonites. I know what that is. I just don't want to mess up the mints in the box to get them out. All right, we're going to come back to that. We're going to get them out. I just want to see the Carbonites themselves, the Carbonate Hunters. So let's get these bad boys out. And I just love it because they can stack. I'm just going to leave them like that. I'm going to leave them like that there. So the first one we're going to look at is Bosk. And it looks absolutely fantastic. And the way these are wrapped, they're so well done. So well done. The reputable reptile for hire, ESB. Love this. Love this. This is really cool. Really cool. So we're placing him right here. And what I'm going to do for each of these, I'm going to put them on a turntable so we can get an even closer look at them, as well as we'll probably put them all together, all 6 together. So let's keep looking at them. So the next one we're going to look at, nice, IG88. What do we call him here? Executioner Robot number 88. Really, really nice little details. And again, what's really cool is you have all this detailing of the droid, this assassin droid, all the way around, including the top. And on the bottom, it's got the name of each of those characters. So really cool, really cool. Pop you right there. And let's get you. Oh, this is cool. I recently actually photographed this Funko Pop, not too long ago, probably a month or 2 ago, maybe 3 at this point. Yeah, maybe it's been a bit. But really like this one, Dangar. Really, really cool. And you got to look at all the sides, what he does. And he's got the name of this one, the Rags to Riches Bounty Hunter. That's what we're calling this one. So really cool. Just love how these look, and they're just so tight. Very well done. Very well done. So if you haven't checked out Carbonites and you're finally seeing them for the first time, please check him out on Instagram, as well as his website, because he's really got something going there. And if you haven't heard his story, he's got a really cool story. This is like something he started as taking Jenga pieces originally and like hand drawing on them with Sharpie, getting hooked on it, using like a silver Sharpie to kind of fill in a lot of area, and then it kind of reminded him of carbonite freezing. So that's how he came up with the idea and kept reworking the concept as part of a project in college. And thank goodness he did, because this is really cool thing he's put together. And as a creative person myself, and liking to do art and things of that nature, and that's how I share my Star Wars passion. It's really cool to see what he's done here and made these really cool collectibles. I mean, they just look fantastic. The Mechanical Insect Bounty Hunter. Cool, I'm loving that one. Ta-da! Oh, here we go. It was a Zuckus. That was Forlom there. I think I forgot to mention that. But really cool. The Stubby Insect Bounty Hunter. Very, very cool. All the details on each, and they're just so tight, so well done. I think these are the new 3D printed though. Enjoying these. These are just so awesome. All right. Last but not least, this is Boba Fett, and oh my goodness, this is phenomenal. I mean, every one of these, the detailing, the shading, the patterning, the way he has it sculpted to wrap around the block itself, fantastic job. And that, again, we're going to highlight something about these in just a moment. But these are just so well done. Look, this has got like, you know, he's got his little antenna from his helmet, his rocket pack, all that good grizzled damage all over the weathering of Boba Fett. His little cape that we got to see. This is very cool. And we're calling him the Flying Green Knight ESB. So I'm really excited for these. These are super cool. Everything about this, like again, the packaging, and I'm gonna get a sneaking suspicion because I don't think Vincent's done Empire Strikes Back yet, so this could be completely a whole new line, which I'm very excited about. And I know he's got some new stuff that he was kind of bringing out to surprise everybody, and I think this is one of those, so this is even more exciting for me. I know my buddy Brandon at Clan Brandon Lorian is going to be like, oh, I gotta get this, because I know he loves Boba Fett, and this is like, this is staple epic Boba Fett classic. Why we fell in love with him, that's so well done, so well done. Everything about this, the packaging, all the personalization, I just think the way that it was all presented, it just rocked. It just rocked. Oh, and we still didn't get this little guy out of here, and I want to get him out of there. I don't want to mess up my mints in the box. All right, I might have to. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to score it. Trying to save it. I was having a hard time getting out of it. I was trying to save my mints in the box. I love that part. I thought that was really cute. But awesome. And we get the Carbonites, which is Han and the Carbonite, which is his logo. Really cool details on that. I really like these. These are come on, buddy. Come on. Really cool together. But the point I was going to make earlier that I want to bring back up is right now in collectibles, it's kind of interesting. Funko, I feel like, and I'm a huge Funko collector, and I hope they continue to keep making Funko and Funko Pop, but I feel like at times they've been kind of struggling to hit or miss. Like, you know, we're going from Funko 4 inches, right? They've been kind of doing their mystery minis. We're getting really big into Bitty Pops, and that's kind of where we're at. You know, they do some larger ones and stuff like that, the 10-inch and things like that. All really cool. But like a lot of other things are coming into collectibles and fans these days of collecting. Like we've got, like, you know, Disney's Doorables line. So we got the Doorables line, right? We've got Hasbro's, you know, that we also know they Black Series TVC. But they also do this nice little vinyl line. The Bounty Collection, right? So we got those. And then somebody who's kind of newer to this is Pop Mart, and they've been bringing some bangers, in my opinion. I want to get the latest wave of these. But these are fire, and these are what's going on right now in collectibles. Like when it comes to these vinyl figures, there's a lot of other competition out there. So when I see something like Vincent's Carbonites here, I honestly think that this is kind of cool because they're so unique. They're custom. It's done by an artist. It's done by a fan like you, who, whether you're out there enjoying Star Wars, doing art and creating something, sharing your fandom, to me, that's what he has done, and he's created a really cool collectible product. Like, these are great just for stacking. They're so small, but they're so freaking cool. I just love them, and they're not going to take up as much room as a lot of this stuff. One thing is, they're not going to fall off my displays as quickly as these guys do, whether you have them in the little clear displays or you put them on like I have them usually kept on the Death Star display. You know, a mere rattle will knock those suckers off, and I don't think that's going to happen here with these Carbonites. So, but I wanted to just show you guys kind of what's out there and what we have in collectibles lately. And when you see something like this, this is just where it's at. I mean, everything I think about this makes me feel like, one, the prices aren't bad. When you get a set of 6, again, when you get your first Carbonite, you will get the Han, where is he? This guy, you get him, which is their logo mascot. You'll get a mint in a box, which is nice. But you get these 6 little, just awesome looking little figures. They're just so cool. And I love how they're themed, so they pair well together. So you could take a few off. Like, I could always just pair these 2 right on their own, right? These 2 were buddies, and these 3 do whatever you want with them. Whatever. You know, pair them up, move them, keep them all together. But I do really like how you could do that with these. Again, I'm going to put these Carbonites onto the turntable so that you can get a better look at them. So, what did you guys think? I think these Carbonites are terrific, and I honestly, as a Star Wars fandom collector, I love sharing my fandom by doing my artwork, which is photographing my Funko Pop collection and doing something creative with them. This is something really cool, and I love the way, again, how Vincent has the whole ecosystem where when you're purchasing, part of that purchase actually still will go to a donation and you get to choose that. So I think that's a really cool feature about this, as well as supporting a fellow Star Wars fan and artist. This is a really cool. I am definitely going to get some more. I know he has some others that I'm hoping he still has, because I definitely want to get. He has a set where it has the Mortis gods and stuff like that, and that's one I want to get. He also had one from the Siege of Mandalore, I believe. Want to get that one. Trust me, when you look at his site, you look at his Instagram, there's going to be plenty that you're going to want. They're really cool. Again, really love these things. Can't say enough cool stuff about them. From all the packaging, everything he's done on this. I mean, really, really cool. Fine job. And definitely go out and support him. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please hit the like, definitely hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode of Poptography. Until then, may the Force be with you.